My head is spinning. I've never seen so many people in my whole life. In the yard outside the courthouse, a crowd is bustling around in every direction. Men in suits and ties with bunches of yellowed files tucked under their arms. Other men wearing the zana, the traditional ankle-length tunic of the villages of northern Yemen. And then all these women, shouting and weeping so loudly that I can't understand a word. I'd love to read their lips to find out what they're saying, but the niqabs that match their long black robes hide everything except their big round eyes. The women seem furious, as if a tornado had just destroyed their houses. I try to listen closely. I can catch only a few words: childcare, justice, human rights, and I'm not really sure what they mean. Not far away from me is a broad-shouldered giant wearing his turban jammed down to his eyes. He's carrying a plastic bag full of documents and telling anyone who will listen that he has come here to try to get back some land that was stolen from him. He's dashing around like a frantic rabbit, and he almost runs right into me. What chaos! It must be like Alka Square, the one in the heart of Sana'a, where out-of-work laborers go. The place Abba, Papa, often talks about. There, it's every man for himself, and they all want to be the first to snag a job for the day at dawn, just after the first azan, the traditional summons to prayer called out 5 times a day by the muezzins from the minarets of their mosques. Poor people are so hungry they've got stones where their hearts should be, and no time to feel pity for the fates of others. Still, I'd like so much for someone here to take my hand, to look at me with kindness. Won't anyone listen to me for once? It's as if I were invisible. No one sees me. I'm too small for them. I barely come up to their tummies. I'm only 10 years old. Maybe not even that. Who knows? I'd imagine the courthouse differently. A calm, clean place. The great house where good battles evil, where you can fix all the problems of the world. I'd already seen some courtrooms on my neighbor's television with judges in long robes. People say they're the ones who can help people in need, so I have to find one and tell him my story. I'm exhausted. It's hot under my veil. I have a headache, and I'm so ashamed. Am I strong enough to keep going? No. Yes. Maybe. I tell myself it's too late to turn back. The hardest part is over, and I have to go on. When I left my parents' house early this morning, I promised myself not to set foot there again until I'd gotten what I wanted. Off you go. Buy some bread for breakfast, my mother told me, giving me 150 Yemeni rials, worth about 75 cents. As a matter of course, I pinned up my long curly brown hair under my black headscarf and covered my body with a black coat, which is what all Yemeni women wear out in public. Trembling, feeling faint, I walked only a short way before catching the first minibus that passed along the wide avenue leading into town, where I got off at the end of the line. Then, in spite of my fear, for the first time in my life, I climbed all alone into a yellow taxi. Now, this endless waiting in the courtyard. To whom should I speak? Unexpectedly, over by the steps leading up to the entrance hall of the big concrete building, I spot what look like a few friendly faces in the crowd. Their cheeks dark with dust. 3 boys in plastic sandals are studying me carefully. They remind me of my little brothers. Your weight? 10 rials. One of them calls out to me, shaking a battered old scale. Some refreshing tea? Asks another, holding up a small basket full of steaming glasses. Fresh carrot juice? Suggests a third boy, breaking into his nicest smile as he stretches out his right hand in the hope of earning a small coin. No thanks, I'm not thirsty, and what's on my mind has nothing to do with how much I weigh. If they only knew what brings me here. Bewildered, helpless, I look up again into the faces of the many grown-ups hurrying past me. In their long veils, the women all look the same. What kind of a mess have I gotten myself into? Then I notice a man in a white shirt and black suit walking toward me. A judge, perhaps, or a lawyer? Well, it's an opportunity, so here goes. Excuse me, mister, I want to see the judge. The judge. Over that way, up the steps, he replies, with hardly a glance at me, before vanishing back into the throng. I have no choice anymore. I must tackle the staircase now looming before me. It's my last and only chance to get help. I feel dirty and ashamed, but I have to climb these steps one by one to go tell my story, to wade through this human flood that grows even bigger the closer I get to the vast entrance hall. I almost fall down, but I catch myself. I've cried so much that my eyes are dry. I'm tired. My feet feel like lead when I finally step onto the marble floor, but I mustn't collapse, not now.